Hey everybody, it's Andy Knode once again, and I am here to announce that the new teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, has now been released. That's right, folks, you heard it here first. The Last Jedi first teaser trailer has been released. It was out on Friday. I think only about 15 million people have seen it, so you're welcome for letting you know that that's out. So go check that out. But what I have decided to do for you, I have taken on the challenge of going through this trailer frame by frame, scene by scene, cue by cue, step by step, and day by... I've gone through the entire trailer and broke it down and figured out what they're really trying to say. Because as we all know, trailers are not anymore just designed to entice you or get you interested or get you excited about a movie to go see that, but they are now a cryptic message to tell you what the movie is going to be about. Join me as we take a ride through this trailer, and I will help explain all the things that you're seeing and hearing and experiencing in this trailer so that you know what the movie is truly about. Join me. All right, so clearly, right here in the first shot of this trailer, we see space. We see the stars, the blackness, and then that transforms into a rock, into solid matter. Pans up, we see our hero, Rey. So what this tells me is that Rey has obviously been going through some training with Luke as it had left off at the end of episode 7. And what that training has done, she has developed the skills to transform matter. She can now turn empty space into rock. Now, this is going to be a huge weapon, and we're going to see this as being a huge asset for the Jedis and for the light side, because, as you know, the Empire has a lot of spaceships that they use to battle the rebels. And what spaceships need to be able to fight is space. If Rey can now turn space into rock, they're not going to have anywhere to fly. So this is a huge advantage for the rebels to have Rey on their side. Let's watch more. Now we see a couple of key things I want you to notice. One is you're hearing Luke speaking. You're hearing him saying, breathe, right? The other thing is that you're seeing an island here. First of all, who is he talking to when he's saying breathe? I think this is really pretty much a no-brainer. If you remember in episode 7, Han Solo was killed by his son, Kylo Ren. So why would Luke be saying breathe? What's the first thing that you do when you're born or reborn? Is you breathe. You take a deep breath in. So obviously Luke is bringing Han Solo back to life. You heard it here first, folks. Now the next thing is these shots of the island. So we're seeing the island here. We're swooping in. We're flying over the island. Now, as we know, there are no helicopters in the world of Star Wars. We've never seen a helicopter. There are no helicopters. So how are we getting this shot? It is because this island is Isla Nublar from Jurassic Park. So either the rebels or the Empire are going to be enlisting dinosaurs to work on their side. Now, point number 2, if you're still skeptical that he's talking to Han Solo, he says, reach out. And then they show clearly Harrison Ford's hand in this shot, who can now levitate. Apparently, after he has died, he developed some sort of abilities like Magneto to be able to make matter levitate. So now we have Han Solo being able to levitate things. Huge, again, huge advantage for the rebels. And now you can see this shot. This is the charred remains of R2-D2. So huge spoiler. Sorry to ruin it for you, but R2-D2 obviously is going to be getting charred in some sort of fire or explosion. There's a little bit of there's some particles here on the ground after some huge battle where he unfortunately is not coming victorious. But don't get sad, because just as we've seen Han Solo come back, we will now see R2-D2 probably come back, probably with some extra powers, some extra abilities that he didn't have before. Now, there's a little bit of symbolism in this part of the trailer. So we have this huge shot of a cliffside with the ocean. We could still be on Isla Nublar. That's not real clear from this shot. And I paused this and stared at this for a very long time. I could not make out any silhouettes of dinosaurs or anything like that in this particular shot. But I think that there's some great symbolism that they're trying to get across. And that is that this huge shot, and we have very, very tiny little Rey, I'm assuming, wielding a lightsaber. And I think that this signifies that the importance of the Jedi is going to be very small in this movie. Sure, their name is in the title, but the title is also The Last Jedi. So the importance of the Jedi in this film is going to be very tiny, as you can see in the symbolism of this, the framing, the composition of this shot. Sorry to ruin this for you, but there looks like there's going to be another sort of pod race like we had in episode 1. And if you look off in the distance, you'll see some AT-AT walkers or AT-AT walkers, however you want to say it. I'm not getting in the middle of it. This is some sort of pod race involving them. So I'm assuming this is like the Empire version of the pod race. And you can see the red dust, which I assume is the red exhaust. These type of pods that the Empire uses, powered by the red crystals that they also use in their lightsabers. So this is what they're doing for recreation. Why would they be having recreation? Probably because they feel like they're nearing the completion of the war, of winning. So the Emperor has given them some due time off. Little action sequence that they add in there to add some thrills. Now we see a bunch of shots. This is typical Star Wars things. We see Finn here. We see some random rebel pilots that are running and things exploding and space battles. Prior to Rey turning space into rock, a lot of fighting, a lot of explosions, where at the end of the movie there will be multiple battles going on at once, and we'll go from land to the space to the air, and all those different elements will be fighting throughout there. But there's one particular shot here. We see Kylo Ren, a close-up on his face, and if you pause this just right, at the right spot, you'll see a reflection in his eyeball of another lightsaber, a red lightsaber, I might add. So I think that there's going to be a little bit of friction between Kylo Ren and another member of the New World Order here. So maybe one of them lost the pod race. Now they're button heads. Or because his father has now come back to life, Han Solo, that he is now rethinking his whole psyche of whose side he should be on, and is now fighting against themselves. Perhaps he is the one that becomes the Last Jedi, which seems to be a big conversation on the internet right now. Who is the Last Jedi? Who's going to be the last one? It could very well be Kylo Ren after he turns his back on the Empire, that he has now switched sides and he's fighting them before he gets his new blue rebel or green rebel lightsaber. There's a spot in here where Luke says a very crucial line. It is time for the Jedi to end. Big dramatic pause, big moment, big line, but it's not finished, okay? Don't jump to conclusions. Don't think that he's trying to end the Jedi, but it is time for the Jedi to end world hunger. It's time for the Jedi to end the game. It's time for the Jedi to end the reign of the Empire. It could be anything. So what they are going to end is not clear. But what is clear is that Luke is behind it. Again, a lot of symbolism here as he is inside of this tree, peeking out through the hole, just like a Keebler elf, probably channeling more of Yoda at this point, because Yoda lived in a tree. Now Luke lives in a tree. So again, time will tell. More trailers will come out and we'll get a few more details into this, what they are trying to end. So there you have it, folks. You heard it here first. I hope I didn't ruin anything for you, but I wanted to provide you with the one and only answer of what this trailer truly was about. Once again, thanks for watching. I'm Andy Knode for a look into the breakdown of the first teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. If you enjoyed this video, there's some other ones here that you can check out, or click subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the videos that I release. And please let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with some of the thoughts that I offered, my opinions, my breakdown of what's going on in this trailer. And I'll see you next time right here.